Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to set up Visual Studio Code with our Unity project. This is a continuation video of the Unity tutorial series. In the last two videos, we have set up two Unity projects and deploy them on a MetaQuest 3 headset and an HTC Vive Focus 3 headset. So if you have not seen them, please go ahead and see them. Today we will set up a code editor so that we can write code for our future Unity projects. So by default, Unity supports Microsoft Visual Studio editor. So this is like the official website of the Visual Studio. So whenever you download the Unity game engine from the Unity hub, you will probably download the Visual Studio with it. So if you do not download, so I can show you how to download it. So this is the Unity version that we are using in our projects, right? So we go to add modules over here, click on this button, go to add modules, and then see I have already downloaded the Visual Studio Code from the Unity's official like software. Now if you are on Windows, by default it will show as the Visual Studio, so which is this one, but because I am on Mac, I do not see Visual Studio. Instead I see Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code is a little bit different software. So this is the Visual Studio Code website. How can you get that? You just go to search for Visual Studio Code, and then once you go there, the first option is the official website for the Visual Studio Code. Okay, just remember that Visual Studio Code is different than Visual Studio. Okay, Visual Studio. So Visual Studio is like kind of a very big software. Whenever you download it, it will take a like much amount of big space in your computer, whereas Visual Studio Code is like a very lightweight software. The benefit of Visual Studio Code is you can support lot of like computer coding languages in the as extensions. Okay, but for Visual Studio you may not be able to like support lot of coding languages over here. It will support .NET, C Sharp, like specifically Microsoft specific languages it can support. So and another important aspect is that on if you are on Mac, since 2023, Visual Studio is not going to be available for Mac. So Visual Studio will only be applicable for Windows machines. So if you are on Mac, you have to use Visual Studio Code. Okay, so that's why for Unity has started using Visual Studio Code by default on their official Unity Hub software. Okay, now I have already downloaded it, but for to give you a better overview, I removed the Visual Studio Code, and let's start from the scratch so that you guys can understand what you need to do. Okay, so now how can you download the Visual Studio Code in your computer? So in one way you can go to like add modules. If you didn't download the Visual Studio Code earlier, you can go to add modules, and then from here, just like how you downloaded the Android build support, just like clicking on the checkbox over here and then install it, you just simply do that over here. On Windows, by default it shows the Visual Studio Community Edition, and for Mac it is Visual Studio Code. Okay, either you can do that, or I can show you another way which I have to do because Unity is detecting that it's already installed in my computer. But okay, whatever. I just go to their official website, that is the Visual Studio Code website. Remember, I am using Visual Studio Code regardless of if you are using Windows or Mac. It does not matter, and Visual Studio Code is available for Windows also. Don't so feel free to download it. So I am going to download for macOS, and then it will download. So once it is downloaded, I can come back. So it is downloaded, as you can see, like the Visual Studio Code over here, and then I am going to open the Visual Studio Code. So here is the Visual Studio Code. I just simply drag and drop the the extension, the setup file from the downloads folder to my desktop. What I need to do is, if you are on Mac, so you just go to your applications folder, and then just simply like drag and drop the setup file to the applications folder. If you are on Windows, it will be just a application file. You just double click it and then just follow the steps, and then you are good to go. But make sure that when you install the application file, and when you get to this page, you have to choose these two options. Okay, so you will click on these two options, so in the, and then like these path folders. Okay, so all this, if you want to create a desktop icon, fine, it does not matter, but all these four options needs to be checked. Okay, so that everything will be set up properly in your computer. Okay, so now go back to here. So we have downloaded Visual Studio Code in our computer. So on Mac, on my, because I am using a Mac, so here is my Visual Studio Code on my applications folder. Fine, so let's start with Visual Studio Code and then let's set up. Okay, so if you are on Mac, you will get this type of dialog box. You just simply click on open, and so this is the initial window. You can change these settings whatever you want, but the main thing that I want to show you is this is the extensions option. Okay, so go to extension and then search for C#. Okay, because Unity is going to use C# language for coding purpose. Okay, so we are going to download the base C# extension that Microsoft provides. So yes, install the C# development kit, install. Okay, and then C# IntelliCode. So this is a really cool extension that Microsoft provide. As you can see, it offers some intelligent code suggestions that is really helpful whenever you are going to use these softwares. Okay, so I am going to click on install, and then it will install for me. Okay, and then once this is done, we really need to download the Unity's plugin. So Unity, again install, and then another a plugin by Unity Toolbox. So this plugin is really cool because it will show you where the references are. I think you cannot see it here. So here it is. You can see like which objects are referenced by how many times and all the other code suggestions. So this is really cool package. So let's make it install, and then I think we are done. Oh, so we also need to download .NET. So this is like this is a tool that Microsoft wants us to download. So okay, fine, we can go ahead and download the install. Okay, and then I think we are done. Now we go to our web browser, and then we need to download .NET development is SDK. Here, download .NET, and then based on your operating system, you just download which one you want. Okay, so I already downloaded it and installed it. It's basically simple. You just download it. Okay, so I have already downloaded. So let's install the .NET SDK. Continue, install. So now once this is done, your extensions, let's see, all my extensions are installed. Some of the other extensions that you can see over here, so they are basically coming with these packages. So don't remove those packages because they are basically dependent. So let's say the Unity is kind of like dependent on these packages. So whatever packages are coming with this software, so do not delete it. Okay, and one more thing, whenever you see this circle over here, so that means your code is not saved. So you have to save your code. How? But there is a easy way over here. You go to file and then click on autosave. Once you do that, you will automatically see whatever you write, your code will be automatically saved, and you do not need to worry about your code whether it is saved or not. Okay, And then the next thing is you go to Unity, and then let's go to our project, which is our this project. So let's open it. Okay, so here we are in the project, and then we need to check one thing over here. So go to Unity on Mac, and then choose settings. For Windows, you go to File, and then over here you will see preferences. Somewhere here you will see preferences. So File or Edit, I think in Edit. Yes, in Edit it should be somewhere over here. It's called preferences. So, and for Mac it is in settings. Click on settings, and then go to external tools and choose Visual Studio Code. Okay, so if you do not see Visual Studio Code over here, so that means your Visual Studio Code is not installed properly. So go ahead and make sure that your Visual Studio Code is installed properly. For Windows it should be in the in your C, like your default, wherever the software wants to get installed. It should be like C program files or somewhere. For Mac it should be in the applications folder. Okay, so I have already downloaded that, so that's why Visual Studio Code is shown up over here. Okay, and then go to Window Package Manager, and then go to Unity Registries over here in this drop down menu. Scroll down to the bottom, and then over here you see Visual Studio Editor and Visual Studio Code Editor. If you do not download the Visual Studio Code Editor, make sure to download it. So instead of remove, from in my case, you will see install over here. You just install it, and then if you see that there is an update or if this Studio Editor is not installed, make sure to download both of these two packages. Okay, once you do that, just close Unity. Okay, and then close code also, because we are going to restart the code basically. Okay, so now go to my applications folder, and then it should show up over here. Yes, it should show up over here because the Visual Studio Code is in applications, so my computer correctly detects it. So I'm just going to open it. And one more thing I want to highly suggest you, that if you see this small like people like icon, it says accounts, go over here and then turn on backup, click on backup and sync settings. It will show you sign in, and then go to sign in. So try to log in with your GitHub or Microsoft account, whatever. I have both accounts, so but I am going to sign in. Now once you sign in, it will ask you like show certificates. So I clicked on show certificates, and this window came on. So you just say click on complete merge. Okay, and then turn on cloud changes. Yes, signed in. Yeah. Okay, what is the benefit of this? Why I am choosing this like signing in with my accounts? The thing is that if you turn on the sync, the sync with your account, the benefit is that if you go to extensions, whatever extensions you have downloaded, it will be automatically synced to your account. So regardless of whatever computer you are using, maybe like if you use a computer at your home and then a separate computer at your work, if you just simply log into your account, all of your packages and settings and profiles will be synced on your computer. So you do not need to set up the Visual Studio Code every single time whenever you go change your computers. Okay, so that is the benefit of it. Fine. Okay, so we are in the project now. So now I want to show you how to add a script to a object, okay, to a game object, so that it can track the changes in the script. Why we are using a script? Because by writing some codes, we can move we can move an object, or we can manipulate some sort of properties of the object. So now in the scene window, you see that if I change the, if I hold the uh, this arrow over here, I can manipulate the position of the camera, right, on the x-axis. So the red one is the x-axis. But how, like whenever you are in a game or you are manipulating the camera from a VR headset, you cannot see these arrows, right? So you have to manipulate these arrows, the direction of the camera, I would say, uh, through some means, right? So how to do that? It is through a code. Okay, so how to do that? We go to the assets folder. We can create a folder over here. So I right click on the assets folder area. I go to here, click on create, and click on folder, and then let's give a name as scripts. So all of your scripts or code will be lying down over here. Okay, so now once I want to add a script, we just click on one game object where I want to attach the script. Okay, so I want to attach the script to my camera. Okay, so I select camera over here. I go to add component, I click on it, and then go to the bottom. It says new script, right? I click on it, and then it automatically gives you a name. Okay, so I do not want this name, so I just say initial script. Now do not put a space over here, it automatically gives you some error message. Okay, so even if you put some script, it will automatically give you the error message. So either you make right in this way, or if you want to put a script, just give a underscore like that. But Unity is so powerful enough that if you do not give a space like that and then just make the next letter, the initial letter of the subsequent words capitalized, it can understand, okay, this is a new letter, sorry, this is a new word. Okay, so now if I create an ad, you will see automatically it will create the script. It will take some time to load. Okay, and then you see, as I told you, so I didn't give any space, but I just simply capitalized the name of the first letter of the word, the next word basically, and then it automatically detect the space. Okay, so initial script is attached to the XR origin. Now I, over here in the assets directory, so you see the initial script is shown in the assets, but I just want to put it in the scripts folder so that everything looks better. So I just click and hold the left mouse button and on the initial script and drag it and drop it to the scripts folder, and then it shows up in the scripts folder. Okay, so you see inside the scripts folder the initial script is there. Okay, so I go back to asset, I click on XR origin. Now if I click on this particular area and then double click on it, it will open inside the Visual Studio Code editor, and it will, whenever you open a script for the first time, it will ask you, do you want to trust? Yes, absolutely, we want to trust it, and yes, I trust the authors. And then I click on the welcome thing, I do not need that. And by default Unity provides this like 19 line of code for every script that you want to generate. Okay, now those people who are not very familiar with C#, so this is a C# language. So these are the like packages, the in C# it's called namespaces. Okay, so these are the basic packages that you need to import in your code so that all of your Unity specific code will run properly. So the Unity engine is like the main package, so that all of your Unity specific code, like how to manipulate the transform or how to manipulate the like rigid body and all those stuff. Okay, we will talk about that later. So all these Unity specific interactions and manipulations can be done when you import this Unity engine namespace. Okay, now all of your code will basically go inside this class. So I am not going to discuss more about like the class, what is class, namespace, and all those stuff, because I will assume that you have some sort of knowledge about class, packages, and all those stuff. If you do not know what class is, so just to give you a quick idea that you can consider this as a kind of like a wrapper. Okay. Whatever objects and whatever code you are going to write, it should be inside this wrapper file, and that's why you see there is a like a bracket, curly bracket. So whatever code, what I just write, it should be under here, and then that will be detected by Unity and all the other scripts. Okay. Now what I want to show you that our Visual Studio Code is working properly with Unity is that you just simply type using Unity Engine dot input system, and then when you see the suggestions and everything, so that means your Visual Studio Code is successfully connected to Unity. Okay, so that's what I want to show you in this current video. In the next one, we will discuss something else. Okay, so see you in the next video.